1 year. Well, good morning, everyone, and it is literally morning. I have been trying to film this for days now. October 21st was my veganiversary. Veganiversary. I started to film something on that day, but never completed it. I pretty much was in the middle of a work week. So first, let's go back to October 21st and see what I was up to on that day. 1 year. One whole entire year. Well, today I'm celebrating 1 entire year of being vegan. 1 whole entire year. Vegan eating, vegan thought. So what has changed over this year? A lot of you know that I had problems with my health, and I still probably am recovering if you really get right down to it. Quite a few things have improved. I have more energy, more stamina. Lack of energy is definitely something that has subsided and has gotten better over time. I am much more energetic than I was. Not as energetic as I would like to be, but I'm still in the process of healing. My blood pressure actually went down. My cholesterol went down. I was pre-diabetic. I'm not pre-diabetic anymore. On my 25th day of 30-day vegan challenge, I did actually have a heart attack. I can't blame it on the vegan diet. As a matter of fact, when I was in the hospital, I was kind of going through and thinking that maybe I had not done the best thing for myself becoming vegan. But from everything that the doctors were telling me and all the support that I got, it was a very wise decision. Meat consumption is definitely not good if you're having issues with your heart. I didn't know I was headed for a heart attack, but the year before I just was not feeling up to myself, and I had symptoms and did not know that I was having symptoms until it came to a point. And as far as a vegan diet is concerned, I was encouraged to keep going with it. They thought I was a rare bird because of the way that I was eating, and they were all proud of it. And I definitely got to meet quite a few doctors that were in agreement with what I was doing. Not every doctor, mind you. I have met some that just honestly don't think that it was the best thing, but quite a few, and especially those who are heart-centered doctors, definitely did. So anyway, that's kind of how my health is going. I feel very, 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 very good. When I first started going vegan, I got basically that initial lift that you get, but during the course of a year, honestly, I can say that from the way that I feel this year as opposed to last year, I am doing so much better. And I am living a whole lot healthier. By this time, I would have gotten probably about 3 colds. I tend to get to about 3 colds per year. I got 1 cold, and that cold lasted for 1 day. Consisted of a sore throat and a slight runny nose. And after that, it was over. Now, I'm going to be fair. Vegan is not a magic bullet. It's not a magic cure. But the only thing I know, the 1 cold that I got, it took like 1 day to go away. I also, and this kind of went away right away after I became vegan, I had an abscessed tooth. And it was pretty serious, I would say. Every day it would hurt, but I don't have it any longer. Didn't get it pulled. It just stopped hurting. No more abscess, no more infection underneath. I mean, I never thought that would come about with a vegan diet. I never took notes on all this stuff because honestly, I didn't know what to expect. I'm delightfully surprised. General appearance, I can tell pretty much on the outside, and this has to do with health too. I look better than I did last year at this point. Looking at my face, my face is my face and that sort of thing. But if you look at some older pictures of me, you definitely see that there has been an improvement over time. Now, I do have to say that, it's not like everything just like kind of went up and improved. It didn't quite happen that way. I had and still have very rough mornings when I can get up and, my face just really doesn't look good. And once in a while, I will go on raw stints where I eat nothing but raw, or pretty much mostly raw in my diet. At those times, there probably is some detox happening or something. As I've got to say, most of the acne that I've carried on my face is cleared up. And it's very strange the way that it clears up too. Instead of an angry red dot that just kind of goes away and then comes back in a month. But it seems like those areas, basically, they won't turn angry and red, but they'll scab up and it'll last for quite a long time. And then it goes away and I never see any of that acne again. I'm walking around with a whole lot less acne, a whole lot fewer wrinkles on my face, even though there are some. I'm pushing 60, so you can't expect me to be young and 23. But another thing too is I did have quite a bit of inflammation that is not as prevalent as it was. My thought is a whole lot clearer all the time that I was eating meat. I was pretty much in a brain fog preparing food. I have gotten much better in making it taste good. I know when I first started out, I was relying quite a bit on processed vegan food. Man, I'll tell you how tastes have changed, how things have changed. I can be very satisfied with a sandwich with some sort of shredded lettuce or cabbage on it. For the longest time, I was holding on to quite a bit of weight. Even now, I still haven't lost that much. But at the same time, I was looking thinner. I was actually going into lower sizes in my clothing. Still am. So, obviously, even though I wasn't losing the weight, I honestly think that my body did have to build up. I was feeling a whole lot more brittle, let me say, just for lack of words, than I do now. Whatever nutrients that I was missing by eating animal products, these things had to actually build up. Initially, I lost about 17 pounds, and then pretty much it just kind of stayed there. And there it remained for about a year. But in the meantime, I was walking taller. I was just feeling better, just muscle-wise, bone-wise. I could actually tell a difference in the way that I carried myself and the way that I walked. But honestly, recently, I've lost about 5 pounds. I'm not calorie restricting or anything like that. When I first started being vegan, I needed so many good nutrients from vegetables and fruits that I would eat a whole lot more, actually, but that's kind of leveled off. Now, I don't deprive. I take whatever I need, because certain days, I'm very, very busy and actually need the nutrition. So I feel a whole lot sturdier. They say some vegans just don't lose, some do lose. So pretty much I went through almost a year without losing anything. So I don't necessarily notice marked improvements, but other people do kind of notice quite an improvement in me. It's sort of inspiring people. Now that I'm losing weight, I do have people coming up to me and asking me all sorts of nutritional questions. And it's kind of surprising, too, that all this knowledge that I've gained about nutrition Most of these questions come from non-vegans, is they definitely see a difference in me, and they definitely want to be a part of that. And something that I didn't realize that I was developing, but you know, even though I'm not necessarily a nutritional expert, I have inspired people to actually look into going vegan. Now, that's not everybody given, you know, I still get a few comments here and there. This video could honestly be about 2 hours long, so much has happened within a year. But going back to the general thought of being cruel to animals and using animals in such a way that we do, even my consumption, which doesn't have to do with my food consumption, but even my consumption of any product that has to do with an animal dying has changed. But any makeup I use is cruelty-free. I will only buy from cruelty-free companies. They could be subsidiaries of companies that maybe do test on animals, but to me, the thing is to get the message out there. That's when the companies are going to change, when they get a demand for a product that might be cruelty-free. During my 30-day vegan challenge, I did not realize the extent of wearing wool, exactly what the sheep go through, or the use of feathers as decorative accessories. It's pretty cruel stuff. When you get right down to it, it's not necessarily waiting for feathers to drop off a bird and then picking them up and using them. It's actually plucking the feathers out of said bird and really causing that animal to suffer. I want no part of that anymore. Also with sheep, just the handling of the sheep to get the product of the wool, it's very scary for them, really puts them in pain. It's not something that I want to be a part of. So anyway, I thought I'd put that in there too. And like I said, this entire thing could take me 2 hours with all the changes that veganism has brought about with me, but I have 15 minutes to put it out there to you, so you know what's going to fit in. Another place I wanted to go into is the change of opinions, the change of how I felt about eating meat. The whole time that I was either vegetarian or not vegetarian, I never really actually considered what it was doing to the planet, what it was doing to us, and what it's doing to the animals, that animals want to live. And you know, here we are with big farms and breeding them and eating them and breeding more animals and eating more animals. It's wrong. It really is, and every single day I see it as more and more wrong. I still don't judge people who do. Too many people close to me do eat meat. It's just the way it is. It's the way this world is. So I didn't realize all the inspiration that I'm putting out there as a vegan, but I have people like trying to follow suit and at least take into consideration their meat consumption, at least take into consideration that it's a terrible thing to do for yourself, to sit down and eat a steak dinner with like a little tiny spot of green. It's just my general health and the way I feel and the way that I've recovered from what I was last year, or who I was last year. It has really, really gone to inspire people. One entire year of being vegan. I don't believe it for myself, and I will never, ever, ever, ever go back to eating meat. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like this content, you want to see more, subscribe. I thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.